When I first came to Milwaukee, I wasn't sure what to expect. Whatever I pictured in my mind, it wasn't this. A monolith of a building, ornate, imposing, and beautiful. When I learned that it was known as the Castle on the Hill, I wasn't surprised. The people of Bayview were right to claim this building as their crown jewel. However, it quickly became apparent that Bayview High School was an island unto itself in the community. The main street, KK, is studded with cafes, boutiques, thrift stores, a beautiful public library, and even a bakery for dogs. It's a neighborhood described by many as where hip, young white people want to live. The word gentrification comes to mind. Meanwhile, the population of Bayview High School serves a stark contrast. My students, who are mostly students of color, came from backgrounds of low economic status, and they didn't sit in quirky cafes or buy vintage jeans from thrift stores. This wasn't where they lived, literally or metaphorically. To me, it seemed a shame. Not only was this community full of learning opportunities for my students, with its plethora of green spaces and entrepreneurs, but my students had such valuable knowledge to give their neighbors, insight into systematic racism and sexism, but also information on pop culture, hip-hop, the thriving Latinx community that has grown to define the South Side, and so much more. But these communities, the young, quite liberal and white neighbors, and the students of Bayview High School, rarely mixed. Within the school, a community worth sharing exists. Diverse, creative, and passionate, with ties to families and their own communities throughout the city. But years of seclusion and derision from the neighborhood has worked to implement a sharp divide between the castle on the hill and its vibrant setting. I began to wonder, how could we bridge the gap? How can BVHS become the pride of its neighbors again? I don't have the answer to this question. I can only hope that with time, BVHS's wonderful staff can begin to forge a bridge to the benefit of everyone. I know such an endeavor is more easily said than done, and that it may take years for noticeable change to take place. But I fervently hope that someday the students of Bayview will feel at home in Bayview.